Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal discovering Edmond Tapsoba asking price with transfer talks already taking place. And then we're going to look at Arsenal learning Philippe Coutinho transfer updates as injury problems cause Barcelona issue. So the first transfer headline states that Arsenal discover Edmond Tapsoba asking price with transfer talks already taking place. So the reports are stating that Edmond Tapsoba appears to be attracting attention from a number of Premier League clubs, including Arsenal. Arsenal may face a battle on their hands to sign Edmond Tapsoba as Bayer Leverkusen's asking price emerges, according to reports. The Gunners are expected to undergo major changes this summer after yet another disappointing Premier League campaign. They finished 8th for the second consecutive season and will not be playing in Europe next season. It's the first time since 1995 that this has happened, and will be a huge blow, with the club missing out on the cash injection from qualifying from European football. An unwanted record for Mikel Arteta, but it appears as though the club are keeping faith with the Spaniard. He will be tasked with overseeing a huge change at the club this season, though with plans in place to try and push Arsenal back up the table. David Luiz, Dani Ceballos and Martin Odegaard have all played their final games for Arsenal, although the Gunners are expected to try and sign the latter on a permanent basis. The Brazilian defender proves to be a popular choice under Mikel Arteta, with the Gunners' boss admitting that he didn't want him to leave. Defensively this past season, Arsenal had the third best record, with only Chelsea and Manchester City conceding less goals. Mikel Arteta will need to replace David Luiz this summer, and it appears the club have settled on Tapsoba as their top targets. But according to German outlet Sport 1, a move for the Bayer Leverkusen centre-back won't come cheap. It is claimed the Bundesliga side will not even discuss selling the highly rated 22-year-old for anything less than £52 million. Tapsoba reportedly doesn't have a release clause in his contract, having signed a new deal back in December. Leverkusen appear reluctant to sell, although if their asking price is met, then they may have no choice. That price tag doesn't appear to have put Arsenal off making a move, but there is said to be interest from a number of Premier League clubs as well. An Italian journalist, Gianluigi Longari, has already stated that talks are already taking place between Arsenal and Tapsoba. Manchester United have previously been linked with the move for Tapsoba, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keen to bring in a centre-back. But Leverkusen sporting director Simon Rolfes shut down rumours back in March. I am not surprised that Eddie's quality arouses interest, but the player is not for sale, he said at that time. So it looks like Arsenal already discovering Edmond Tapsoba's asking price, which estimates to £52 million, and Leverkusen are not going to even begin talks if Arsenal don't pay more than £52 million. But there are also talks between Tapsoba and Arsenal currently as well. So you have to wait and see how this transfer pans out, but this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Arsenal learn Philippe Coutinho transfer updates as injury problems cause Barcelona issue. So the reports are stating that the Gunners have been linked with a former Liverpool star on a number of occasions, and rumours have resurfaced again. Arsenal reportedly been handed a lengthy wait in their pursuit of Barcelona midfielder Philippe Coutinho this summer. The Gunners are apparently keen on reigniting their interest in the former Liverpool man in the transfer window, having reportedly attempted to bring the Brazilian to the Emirates Stadium last year. A move proved too costly for the Gunners, and they eventually bolstered their midfield options in January with the loan addition of Real Madrid's Martin Odegaard. Despite being said to once again hold an interest in Philippe Coutinho, Arsenal could be in for a wait to find out if they are able to land their man this time round. According to Sky Sports, Barcelona are unwilling to let him go until at least July, as he continues his rehabilitation from a number of injury problems. Philippe Coutinho's season has been hampered by various injuries, having had 3 separate surgeries on his knee alone since January. He has already been ruled out of this summer's Copa America, and Barcelona want to see how he recovers before they sanction any move away from the club. It all represents another frustrating chapter in Philippe Coutinho's career in Catalonia. Having sealed a big money move to the Camp Nou from Liverpool, he had a promising first 6 months at the club, but then quickly fell out of favour. The 28-year-old was shipped out on loan to Bayern Munich during the 2019-2020 campaign, winning the Champions League with the Bavarians. He has been afforded just 14 outings upon his return to Spain due to his recurring fitness issues. Philippe Coutinho has 2 years left to run on his contract with Barcelona. So it looks like Arsenal are learning Philippe Coutinho transfer updates as injury problems cause Barcelona a big issue. So in terms of Philippe Coutinho, he is someone that's been linked with the Gunners since the past year. Last summer transfer window, everyone's thinking about Philippe Coutinho's move to the Gunners will be happening. And then in the January transfer window, we were looking for a permanent or temporary replacement to Mesut Ozil. And a Philippe Coutinho loan move was seen as an opportunity for the Arsenal from Barcelona. But now it looks like now we're in the summer transfer window and it looks like Philippe Coutinho has been once again linked with the Gunners, and this time as a suitable Martin Odegaard alternative and someone that could be signed on a permanent basis as a permanent replacement to Mesut Ozil, as we still haven't found an answer since Mesut Ozil left this club and a solution to our biggest problem this season, which has been our creativity in terms of attack. So in terms of Mikel Arteta, he sees Philippe Coutinho as someone that could play in the number 10 role. We know how good he was at Liverpool, and he is someone that could regain his form by returning to the Premier League, by playing in a different club in the form of Arsenal, and having players rely upon him more, allowing him to have more importance to the club, and that could suit his style of play and the way he approaches the match. So in terms of Mikel Arteta, we do know that he can get the best out of players even though they're going through a bad form, and he can somehow rediscover their form. That's something that we can see with his career. So you have to wait and see how this Philippe Coutinho transfer pans out. But other than that, guys, remain blessed. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.